All right, today we're going on a pretty incredible journey. Think of it like a cosmic zoom. We're going to start at the very edge of the universe and zoom all the way in, right down to the blueprint of life itself.
This quote, it just nails our whole theme today. That little glimmer of starlight hitting your eye, it might have started its journey millions or heck, even billions of years ago. So think about that for a second. Every time you look up at the night sky, you are literally a time traveler, staring into the past. Kind of wild, right?
So to really get our heads around what it means to look back in time, we first need to get a feel for the mind-boggling scale of the cosmos.
Just look at this number, 125 billion galaxies. That's the estimate. And each one of those is a gigantic city of stars, gas, and dust, all held together by gravity. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, it's just one tiny part of this whole cosmic web.
It's the big question, isn't it? So to even begin to answer that, let's start our zoom. We're going to pull back from this insane cosmic scale and focus on our own familiar little corner of just one of those galaxies.
Okay, so here we are in our solar system. It's all held together by one star, our sun. And yeah, to us, it feels like the most powerful thing in existence, right? It lights up our days, it keeps us in orbit, but in the grand scheme of things, it's maybe not as special as you think.
This really puts our star in its place. The sun is, well, it's average. 100 Earths could fit inside it, which, okay, that sounds massive. But then you look at a red supergiant like Betelgeuse. It's almost 400 times bigger and a staggering 10,000 times brighter. Suddenly, our sun feels a whole lot more modest.
You know, for most of human history, we didn't even have a complete map of our own cosmic neighborhood. The ancients, they knew the 5 planets they could see with the naked eye, but it wasn't until 1781 that Uranus was spotted. And get this, Neptune wasn't confirmed until 1846, and its existence was predicted with math before anyone actually saw it through a telescope.
All right, let's keep zooming. We're going to fly past our planetary neighbors and lock in on that third rock from the sun, Earth. A world that was born out of some serious cosmic violence and is in a state of constant dynamic change.
So shortly after our planet even formed, it got into a catastrophic fender bender. An object about the size of Mars just wham! Slammed right into the young Earth. The debris from that massive impact got flung out into orbit, and over time, gravity pulled it all together to form our moon.
And the ground you're standing on right now? Yeah, it's not so solid. Earth's surface has never, ever stood still. The crust is shattered into these huge plates that are always on the move, carrying entire continents along for the ride. It's a process called plate tectonics, and it's been reshaping our world for billions of years.
And of course, there's the secret sauce for life on our planet, water. It covers more than 70% of Earth's surface, and its knack for dissolving other substances, they call it the universal solvent, is a huge reason life was able to get started and flourish here in the first place.
So on this crazy, dynamic stage, a species evolved that wasn't just happy to exist. Nope, humanity started to build, to understand, and to innovate, and we did it at a staggering and constantly accelerating pace.
Think about this timeline. The journey from the very first wheel to the first powered flight took over 5,000 years. But from that little hop at Kitty Hawk in 1903 to landing humans on the moon, just 66 years. It's a perfect example of how knowledge snowballs. Each new idea builds on the last, and the pace of change just gets faster and faster.
So, this explosive progress shows we got really good at mastering the physical world. But how did we turn that same powerful curiosity inwards to try and understand the fundamental rules of the universe and even the very code of what makes us us? You know, deep down, our progress has always been driven by this fundamental need to map things, to understand our surroundings. It's an impulse that took us from drawing coastlines on maps to charting the deepest oceans, and eventually to exploring the world inside our own cells.
We invented amazing tools like sonar to map out the 70% of our own planet hidden under the waves. It's such a brilliant, simple idea, right? You just bounce sound waves off the ocean floor, time how long it takes for the echo to come back, and boom, you can create a map of a world that no one had ever actually seen.
And then, in the 20th century, we took that same mapping impulse and we found the ultimate map. Not of land, not of sea, but of life itself, DNA. This incredible molecule carries the genetic instructions for every single known living thing.
It is, quite literally, the blueprint for life.
And that, right there, brings our entire journey full circle. The very same curiosity that drove us to chart the stars eventually led us to look inward, to decode the genetic instructions that connect every living thing on this planet.
Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. Now that we've charted both the outer universe and our own inner world, from the dance of galaxies to the twists of a DNA strand, what great unknown frontier is left for us to explore? What's